I am Belon, the devil in the flesh.
How's it going, man?
Hello, my friend. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. We are excited. So, yeah, it's good.
This is
We are,
I feel like this is a long time coming. We've been talking for a little bit, and I'm
yeah,
excited, man.
yeah. We love your channel. So, you do a pretty good job for the metal world. So, we are very honored that we do this interview now with you. And we have lots of news. So, I just talked when we talked or when we chatted.
Uh-huh.
Um, we said, yeah, just wait a little bit because there are some news, and now it's getting finally done and slowly, so we can talk about a little bit what's going on in the Mystic Circle camp for the next year.
Hell yeah, dude. I actually have some I put down some little points of interest and I was like, what's the next chapter look like? So how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty cool. We are, as I told you, we are very excited. We are very busy at the moment.
Hmm.
The work, the demos for the next album are done. So we are ready to go in the studio to do the final recording for the next album. We have lots of ideas, lots of things is to come. The new contract with Marcus Hoskin and Reigning Phoenix Music Raw
Yeah.
is nearly. So we await in a few days we sign a new contract. So everything is cool now.
Excellent, man. Is there ever a feeling of when you're dealing with labels, like a feeling of like limbo when you're trying to work out contracts and everything?
Ah, I mean, we are old rabbits in this business, so the contracts are all almost the same. Like when I sign a contract in, or when we sign a contract in '97 with Mystic Circle or with other bands, they are always pretty the same. So, and we know Marcus Woskin for since the beginning, so there is no problem. They don't give us borders in our art, and we can do exactly what we want to do, and they support us. And I think we are really on the right label, and we are really dealing with the right persons now. But in this
Yeah.
business, lots of things changes within months, So we have to go back and start to what we want to do and to things. But we have for the years when we did the reunion with Mystic Circle, we always worked with Marcus Voskin, so he's the man. He's like
That's
some kind of manager for us. So it's like pretty cool.
Yeah, well, and also too, man, Reigning Phoenix is a very well-known, respectable label. Like, I mean, I've only ever heard great things about them, and for you to be able to work with Marcus as long as you have, it's been a benefit, which is nice.
Absolutely. I think we are some kind of old band, so I think that is for our last releases we do in the future. That is really the best thing Mystic Circle could be promoted worldwide, because it's necessary for us to have a worldwide release, because we have supporters all over the world. And as I said before, this label, they don't give you borders. They say, Marcus was can say, yeah, yeah, spread your ideas, and we can do what we want.
Yeah. You said it's kind of funny you said I know that you guys have been around for a long time. I actually went back and was watching like old live shots, old live songs. And and it's amazing, man, because I was going back and I was listening, seeing like your live performances and everything. And the one thing I've noticed with Mystic Circle and that you guys have been able to capture is that even though you've been doing this for like 30 years, your sound today is fresh. It sounds great. Yes, it has those heavy metal influences, which is amazing. You've kept that recipe, but like you guys are still like a fresh sounding extreme metal band, which I think is great.
Yes, but I'm honest. When my friend and bandmate Blackwar
Hmm.
and myself met in 2000, and we spoke about it, and when we had the same spirit, like we started in 1992. You know, it's 30 years almost.
Yeah.
When we started this project, this band, and we were fans of the dark side. We were Antichrist, but also we were big fans of extreme metal like death metal, early black metal like Venom, D-side, satanic, death metal, all the death metal bands as this area, but also gothic rock and Iron Maiden, AC/DC,
Hmm.
rock bands, New York hardcore bands like Gorilla Biscuit or something. So it's a combination, our and also horror movies, mystery stories. So and that's we share the same interests, and that's what Mystic Circle should be. Mystic Circle, the band name tells everything. It's a circle of people who has the same interest, and that is love for heavy metal, extreme metal, also against this conservative society like the Holy Church or something like that, and yeah, interesting for mystical dark stories.
Yeah.
That is our interest till now.
How did what was it that got you into like horror and in the dark? Like when you were young, like what was it that pulled you?
Well, for myself, I can speak for myself.
Hmm.
It started when I was a kid, and I had uh, um, they want to force me to go on Sunday to the church, and I can remember I was complete rebellious, and I freaked out. I don't want to go in this room. I'm not felt comfortable. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
intuition. Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
yeah. So maybe that's why I have this not hate, but this strange feeling about this strange. It was a like it's in my nature, you know.
Yeah.
So and I always used this other side, like Satan, this sign of Satan, when I was younger, or when we were younger. We use it more as a rebellion against this society. Now it's more inspiration. It's more like a meditation.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing about the Antichrist thing. And the other thing, well, my father, when I was very young, I started to listen to Elvis Presley, Blondie, um, like this punk music. Like my father introduced me to AC/DC with Bon Scott, and it was a very hard and very powerful music like AC/DC. They get me in a trance, you know. Then it
Hmm.
started to go on with the early Halloween albums, Iron Maiden, Life After Death. I felt like listening to that album a million times. You know, when I came home from school, the first thing was boom, put on the Life After Death album, and then um, on that music, the first D-side album. Yeah, then of course Paradise Lost and this thing, but this satanic stuff, this real brutal stuff, was the first D-side album. It was so cool, you know, in my sights. And since then, I was a fan. And later we toured with them with Mystic Circle. So
Wow.
yeah, and then I learned to know Blackwall. We went together to concerts. We listened to Alice Cooper. We listened to all that shit. Or um, uh, Gangrene. He was a big fan of. We were a big fan of this hardcore scene, and yeah.
Hmm.
So we are friends of extreme powerful music, extreme aggressive music, but also the melodic stuff. And I came into that horror stuff. That was the musical thing. The horror stuff was maybe the early Hammer movies.
Oh
So
man,
when I watched
classic.
or White Zombie,
Yeah.
then we went more in this extreme gore stuff like The House by the Cemetery or the cannibal movies. But I always was more fascinating in this mystical stuff like like actors like Vincent Price, and so this gothic type stuff. And yeah, that's and when Blackmore and myself come together, it's the same interest. We have the same vibe, and maybe we have that same. That's what the spirit of Mystic Circle and the music is. When we both come together, it's maybe that magic where that special sounds creates.
It's such an important thing because your sound that you have now, I mean, you were talking about the where your band reaches. And, as somebody who enjoys your music as well, I sit back, I watch, and it's crazy. Like I just see the lovers of Mystic Circle, and you're right. I've seen people all over the world that are just into your music, and I think what I said earlier, your music still has this fresh, um, up to date extreme metal sound while keeping that formula of what you have always had. And yeah, I love that you said that you still enjoy the melodic, because that's the one thing, like, after reviewing your latest videos and everything, yes, it's extreme, it's heavy, but dude, you put in some wicked great melodies, man, to where it keeps it catchy. Like the songs just ingrained in your head, man, and the imagery that you have captured through your fascination with horror and the dark arts and everything. I love everything that Mystic Circle has done and what you've created and your focus of music. I mean, it really is. It's awesome, dude. Um, with the horror, you said Hammer. What was your favorite Hammer film?
Oh, there are. I mean, I can't name one thing of that. But, I mean, look, it's you can. There is not only one favorite because they created such a, how should I say, the actors were perfect, like Christopher Lee, Cushing, Vincent Price. I mean, the
Yeah,
voices when you hear, I mean, we have synchron voices in Germany, but when you hear this, they are actors, they are real theater actors,
yeah.
So it's like, and also this vibe, this gothic vibe, this special vibe,
Mhm.
um, and also this gothic thing where they create, I mean, it catches you. So I can't say one special movie. They have so much movies, also so much shit movies, but they created a genre where you know it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think with horror movies in general, horror movies can get away with having bad movies and people will still love them. You know, like you can watch a bad horror movie and be like, this is awesome. It's dumb, but it's cool. You know what I mean? Like with B horror movies and everything. Um, I did read about with the reunion of coming back to Mystic Circle, you pretty much thought you were done with music. You were like, we're done.
Yeah,
But somehow,
absolutely.
yeah, but somehow there was something with this conversation with Blackmore that captured you. What was that?
Well, the same interests. We had some ideas. The funny thing was we met over different corners at the evening on the 24th, on Christmas evening in 2020, and we spoke. We drank something and we spoke about the thing, and we said, yeah, blah. We have some ideas, and we said, okay, we try something. Maybe we have fun. Maybe it gives the same magic we had in this time, because we were spiritually on at that evening on this level,
Hmm.
on this special level, and yeah, and next day we met, and I think it was we did we record Belial is my name on the next day. So we said yes, that's it. So we tried to get a contract, or we then we met Niels, our producer. Um, he is also a friend of us, and then we did the demos and recorded with Niels 3 songs, and that was the first. I think Letters from the Devil, Belial, and Darkness and Flames. Yeah, and we said, yeah, good stuff. And we sent it to Marcus Voskin, and gladly they want to work with us together then. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. But well, I can speak from myself. I stopped music. Uh, okay, Mystic Circle was done for me in 2007
Mhm.
because I don't felt it anymore. I was sick of the business. I don't know. I had no inspiration for that sign. I thought it was like a job.
Mm.
So yeah, had the pressure to go on tour to make the new album, but the feeling went away, and I think it stopped when Blackwall left the band in 2000 or something. The other part was gone, so I think Mystic Circle can only function when we both are together, and that's the point. So yeah,
Mm.
and that was the proof when we met 2000. So yeah, he gives me the power, and we both give us inspiration to have to paint exactly that picture what we have in our mind when we write an album, and to make this special Mystic Circle sound together. So that was the point where we said, yeah, we do music. It's a big part of our life, the band. We started when I was 24, I guess, with Mystic Circle. Now I'm 52. So it goes through all our lives, you know.
Well, even I bet people the feedback when Mystic Circle decided to come back together was huge. Like, you
Is
know,
it?
pe
I don't know.
oh man, when I do research, I was doing some research on what it was like after you guys like stopped, and then when all of a sudden Mystic Circle is back, they're coming back with new music, and just the feedback and everything has been great. Like, I only ever read good, just good love for you guys, and I think that's a testament because you mentioned about it's I think with music and creating music, you've been doing this for a long time. If you don't have the if other things start to become like almost more important than the actual creation of music, you lose it. Like, oh, I got to put out an album. Oh, I got a tour. But then it's like, wait a minute. We got to create what we love. And that has to be the most important thing. And it seems like now that with everything you've been through, your life going on this hiatus and uh, actually thinking you were done and then coming back, you've learned on what's important and what really matters.
Absolutely, and we can enjoy. Um, and we don't care, you know, really what others say, because we must be satisfied with us, with our work, and then if people love it, it's perfect.
Mhm.
And we have, and also it's really fun to communicate on Instagram or to Facebook with all that guys who are into that stuff, and yeah, it's like, yeah, and we don't have pressure, you know. We are now the old ones. We can do what we want, and if we say we have no ideas anymore, we don't feel it anymore, we say, okay, that's it. That's the legacy of Mystic Circle. We are back to take the legacy of Mystic Circle in the right way, you know. Maybe it was not finished when with the Infernal Satanic Verses album. Maybe it's done. We have to finish the legacy of Mystic Circle now.
You mentioned about like being so interactive with social media. That's a big thing, man. That's something that you don't have to do, but it's really great that you do because I see it. I see just the love of the people from you guys. And I think that's a really big thing, because as I feel like as a band, it's great to receive the love of the fans because they're supporting. But for you, I feel like not only are you giving back great music that is inspiring and fun and artistic, but your conversations, people remember that. And I think that helps people connect with you more. I think that's a really great thing that you guys do.
Yeah, and that's what I say. We are live, not active at the moment. So it's the only thing to do a conversation with our supporters, and that's worldwide. And now we have the chance to do it over Instagram, over social media things, and we enjoy it very much because it gives us inspiration. It's like
Hmm.
rather if we receive critic, it's okay also. I mean, not everybody likes us, but we don't care. It's like
Yeah.
we do what we want, and without and it's a simple speech, but without the supporters, we were nothing. you know.
Mhm.
But on the other side, we do what we want. That means um, we don't do compromises in our art. So if people love it, perfect. If people don't love it, don't listen to it. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, if someone writes us, normally we get personally back. So we are a real person on Instagram or on Facebook. There is no management or blah blah blah. We do it by ourselves, and
Mm.
that is very necessary for us to communicate with our supporters worldwide.
Yeah, I love that, man. All right, so talk to us about this next chapter. What's happening in this next year?
Well, in this year, as I told you, we just wait for the final contract with Marcus Voskin.
Hmm.
Then I guess, hopefully December is coming out the re-release of Kriegsgötter 2,
Hmm.
with a special song. And in that special song, there is an old friend of us from the band, an old singer. I don't tell the name now because it's going on with a statement from
Yeah.
the record company then. Yeah, but that will be a single on Spotify. We don't do video at this time. And yeah, in August we go in the studio or end of August, September we go in the studio for the next album. There will be coming out, I guess, two videos, and it will be released in April or May next year, the full length album. So yeah, and there are three songs, which is a concept,
I
a
love concepts.
storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, the music is we like it. I think the record will be a very good one. So yeah, let's see. We are very excited to have the end results then in December or something when all is finished. Yeah. Um, the Kriegsgötter is coming out on limited vinyl, which we are looking forward. And what else? The cover artwork will be done by the great Rafael Tavares again from Brazil. Hopefully, we are in contact with him, but everything is set and it looks positive. And with that album, we um, we finalized the trilogy from the Mystic Circle, Erzdämon, and the new one. And it has a German name also. I think it's a mixture again between the Mystic Circle album and Erzdämon.
yeah. I dude, those albums are so good, man. And that's when, because I found Mystic Circle by accident. It was like on YouTube, and it was Letters to the Devil, and I was like, yo, this looks brutal. Yeah, I remember my first like exposure to it, and it was awesome, man. It was really great. How do you stay mentally in a good place when creating music?
Well, it's pretty easy for us because we both push us together. So when I have a picture before in my mind, then Blackwall knows exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
When he has something in his mind, I know the direction where he want to go to. So we talk about it and we push it to the limit. But I must say, nobody talks about it. But I think also a little or a secret of the Mystic Circle sound, and nobody talks about it, is the special drum style how Black War is playing. I think that's another thing, but because when you listen to it, um, he tries always to be a little bit unique
Yeah.
to play that songs, and yeah, that makes also that's the fundament of all. So, and also the melody. So yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
That it is interesting that you say that because you have, this extreme appearance, extreme sound, but your music, especially everything that I've listened to, it doesn't really have the typical like black metal drumming or anything. It does sound, I feel like your music, if anybody wanted to get into extreme metal, your music would be perfect for them because of how you touch many genres. But yet, I've said it, you're fresh. You have this really great sound. For doing this for 30 years, you still have this great, amazing sound, great melodies, great choruses. Dude, I love what you're
Yeah,
doing.
but maybe it's the secret is also we are fans also, of different genres in the music. So if there are young bands, if there are old bands, for example, we were on the Alice Cooper concert, we were on the Judas Priest concert, we go on the Maggot Heart concert, which is completely other stuff, and
Mhm.
it's like you must be, even if we are old fuck, we must be open minded to do this,
Yeah,
inspiration, and the, it's no problem when you're sensitive and the world is full of inspiration. It's like when you the internet is full of mystery stories. If you're interested, you it's really better to get on that stuff like a detective to search for things, and then you go into it and then you say, oh, that's a good song and blah. It's like all that combination. You must be active in the thing.
yeah.
That's the point, and that's life. What you do, you must say something. What you want to do in your life. I mean, what's your passion? What's your thing? Is go for it. So even if you have success or not, but you must feel good in your heart for that.
I love that, man. And people need to do that. There's so many people that are just miserable. They're unhappy because society tells them you need to live like this, and they don't feel free.
Yeah.
They feel stuck. I love I love your message, man, and I love the music you're making. Um, dude, thank you so much for just taking time, sitting down with us. You're a legend.
Hail Satan, my friend.
Hell yeah, dude.